Yes, so welcome to the first ever video edition of Think Cyber. Think Cyber is my newsletter where every week we go through tens and sometimes hundreds of articles to find the 3 to 5 most interesting stories of the past week. I hope you will like it. I hope it will be easier for you to consume this information in this video format. I'd be more than happy to hear your thoughts and ideas and whether you like it or not, and this will probably dictate whether I will do it again next week. So feel free to join the newsletter if you're not already registered. We have people from over 50 countries, I believe, in this newsletter. It's free and it's always going to be free and it's easy to unsubscribe. Without further ado, I want to jump to the first story of this week. Our first story, listen carefully. An autistic hacker hacked Rockstar games while he was under police protection. I know, sounds like a movie, it gets crazier. So say hi to Imran Khan. I hope I'm not butchering the name. He's an 18 years old hacker from the UK with acute autism. The story takes place while Khan was already on bail for hacking other software firms like Nvidia. So despite being in his hotel room under police protection, without his laptop, which was confiscated by the police, he used Amazon Fire Stick, which is a type of a streamer, his hotel TV, and a mobile phone to hack Rockstar to swipe 90 clips of the upcoming and yet to be released GTA 6, the Grand Theft Auto game, and some of the company's source code. Then he hacked the company's internal Slack to write, "If Rockstar does not contact me on Telegram within 24 hours, I will start releasing the source code." So Khan is a member of the infamous Lapsus hacking group, international hacking group. And the thing is that because of his autism and his passion for crime, he was ordered to remain at a secure hospital for life unless doctor deem him no longer danger to society. The second story, how pro-Russian yacht propaganda influenced US debate over Ukraine aid. So this story shows how even a very simple fake news campaign can have significant implications. A website called DC Weekly published a fake story about Ukraine President Zelensky. And in this story, the website claims that Zelensky is using the money that the US gives Ukraine to support their war against Russia to buy yachts. So instead of supporting the war, Zelensky is taking this money and buying yachts. Now, despite of being totally untrue, and despite this website provides no evidence whatsoever, this story made some well-known and respected members of the US Congress to question whether the US should keep on providing aid to Ukraine. They almost wanted to stop the aid to Ukraine because of this fake story. Now, this Weekly is a sneaky website, pretending to be from Washington, D.C., but in reality, it is operated from Russia. The owner of the website is a former US Marine who moved from the United States and now lives in Russia. This website is a fake news factory. It makes up stories and tricks people with copied news. The yacht tale is just one of those made-up stories. It seems like the fake yacht story is part of a bigger plan by Russia to manipulate people's views on the Russia-Ukraine ongoing war. As you probably know, there was a lot of public criticism against Russia because they actually started this war. For our third story, we are traveling to Pakistan. This story also sounds like a movie. So we have Imran Khan. Again, I hope I'm not butchering the name. He served as the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and in April 2022, he was removed from his position as Prime Minister due to constitutional crisis, the first ever constitutional crisis in Pakistan. In May 2023, Khan was arrested on corruption charges. So currently, he's in jail, he's behind bars. And now it is time for Pakistan to elect a new president. I think their election is going to take place in February 2024, so not far from today. Do you think jail would stop Imran Khan from running? No, it wouldn't. But how can you run from jail? How can you address the public if you're not allowed to give speeches? How would you rally your supporters? In a first ever move, Khan's party used artificial intelligence to create a deep fake of Khan's voice to allow him to speak to his supporters in a virtual election rally. Yes, it is crazy indeed. He is in jail, and yet he is free to talk to the world. And they had this rally, and it's on YouTube. I will put the link to the story, to the video, on the video description here below, so check it out. But there is another interesting aspect to this story. It seems like in order to stop the virtual rally, the Pakistani government slowed down the internet and social media in the country during the event. Now, this is not the first time where they do that. They have already done that in the past to stop information from leaking, to stop access to websites. I don't know. Despite some legal speed bumps, Khan is still running for election. And this virtual speech added more supporters to his campaign, mixing this old school politics with new tech tricks. We always knew that AI is going to play a big role in politics. It seems like it has already started. So the fourth story, and the last one for today. Everything that you need to know about the new SEC data breach disclosure rules, specifically relevant for anyone who works in or with publicly traded companies in the United States. So, as a reminder, starting December 18th, the new SEC rules have become mandatory. There are 3 things that publicly traded companies in the US should know and do. Number 1, companies must disclose material cyber incidents within 96 hours, 4 days. That's known as the 8K document, which is the form that you fill out to notify the SEC about material events. Number 2, companies should now have a stronger cyber risk management program that will allow them to better disclose cyber risks in their annual financial reports, what's known as 10K, the document that they create on an annual basis. And number 3, companies should make sure their board of directors have sufficient understanding in cybersecurity, which usually means they need to hire a board member who understands cyber or to train their board members to better understand cyber. This SEC new rule is part of a larger regulatory trend that we see all over the world, forcing companies to be more transparent about their cyber risks and specifically about cyber incidents. So, this is it. The most interesting stories of the past week. Hope you liked it. I'll make sure to add all the link to these stories in the newsletter itself and in the video description below. Feel free to subscribe to the newsletter. It is free. I told you it's always going to be free. It's easy to unsubscribe if you don't like it. Just one click and this is it. So just go to my website, mennyb.com, and click on the newsletter tab. Links will be in the description below. If you find something interesting that you think we should address in the next edition of Think Cyber, as always, feel free to let me know here in the comments or via the message box on my website, mennyb.com. I will add the links to my website in the video description below. And with that, we conclude the first ever video edition of Think Cyber. And with little luck, I'll make one every week. So stay safe and think cyber.